What is going on, warriors? It is your boy Shin Ryu, and it is time for another Street Fighter Duel video. It is time for the Bloody Master limited time experience for Gen, Taoist Gen to be more specific. And what we're going to do is we're going to go right ahead to actually test the character to see how he actually helps the team. It is good to note that he is a support, so pretty much what he's going to be doing is going to be buffing and also debuffing where necessary, or also fortifying your team members to make them stronger, more durable, and of course more dangerous when it comes to your attack. It's fair to say once again, I could always say before, that this could actually be a case. And as you guys know, my support used to be weak, but then there's a video that's going to coming up tomorrow, hopefully later in the day or when I find time between work, that's going to help me explain some little niches that kind of easily go unnoticed, but I started realize how important they are regardless. And pretty much, I have my support in a decent situation right now. It's not far from our attack. The only thing that's left right now is my balance team, which I'm going to be working on next. I'm going to explain that in more details tomorrow. I have given hints before, and I've actually continually said it recently because of how important I've realized it is, and how much I sort of like didn't pay attention in the past, excuse me, and how I missed that opportunity. But you don't want to spend 400 gems to sort of like reset your fate gem, so might as well just try and work past that. So we're going to go right ahead, and we're going to be attacking and seeing how this actually works. And of course, I'm very curious about the character. I love the way his kit reads so far. So what we're going to do to pretty much actually decipher if it's very important is obviously how he helps with the team, because he's a support character, but obviously he's going to be doing his own damage as well. But more importantly, we're going to be looking at the caliber of the opponents to see how good they are. As you can see, we have regular Jiri over here. That's not a bad opponent at all. She's actually dangerous. We've got Ivory as well. That actually speaks a lot of volumes as well. We're talking about a special character in that character there. We've got Flame Chun-Li as well. We've got Divine Rose. We've got Summer Lena. And finally, we've got, Summer Ibuki. All right. So a lot of nice, decent characters. What pretty much what's happening is that we have a lot of attack-based characters that are coming up against us right now, as well as a lot of defense-based characters, who are supposed to help ensure that our team is durable. The whole point, from what I understand, or from the way it looks of it, that despite these dangerous characters you're going to be facing, you are going to be buffed up enough to deal with them with the presence of Taoist Gen. Okay, so we're going to go right ahead and try and just do some quick balances here. Well, we already have a support. Typically, when it comes to supports, C1s are very important for them. Of course, the C2s don't mind, aren't an issue at all. Typically, in the past, whenever we go right ahead to sort of like work with these sort of characters, what we would basically do is just go right ahead into the game and just try to freestyle the character. What I'm going to do instead today is I want to pay my attention to some skills that might actually work. Of course, remember the first one is one that actually helps with the alternative with the increased damage and and increased reduction of the damage reduction. The second one pretty much helps with healing. Of course, first also add speed. Don't forget about that. 250 speed, I believe. So starting with him might be a nice idea, but that means you miss out on the C1. On this C1 over here, this one actually helps you restore HP. If you are in the heavily mode, and of course increase more damage if you are in the mantis mode. With the C2, which is going to be what we're going to sort of like be following up with, since we're going to try and start him with a combo, is you get this talisman that assists the Remus character, in terms of like restoring HP, and of course, attack as well. If it's in the mantis mode, okay. And of course, with the mantis mode, it's more like you kind of deal damage towards them. So you are restoring HP every time for 10 seconds, and also if they do 1,000% damage, then it kind of like stops. But we're going to go right here and just test it out. So for now, knowing that his moves are heavily very dominated, we're going to be going with this super combo and then the C2 to see how this works out for the characters. I'm going to, first game goes try and start with a 1 just to see how everything all works out. So we're going to start with him. Okay, I'm going to use the hundreds, just trying to interrupt something. I'm going to use him again. Did I touch him or no? I think I made a mistake. Let's just go. I just don't want to miss every key information and detail right there. So, okay, we need to add more people, obviously. So just put the same folks that we did before. Okay, maybe we can use him as in there, under this time around. And hey, what are you doing here? Get out of here, okay? All right. Excuse me. So let's see how this works out. I put you only in front this time just so she can get that speed. Okay. Yeah, that is kind of confusing. I used the second one and then nothing happens. Let's go again. There you go. You can see a lot of damage from the next team. I have no idea what happened the first time. We're going to try again. He's barely just so. You see what's happening? I feel like when something is happening right now, whenever you use it the first time around, you can't do the last C, which is probably need to pay more attention as to how that works. But now I should be able to do something here because obviously he's available. But that is kind of like crazy. I did not remember writing down the key at all. We're going to find out if that is a coincidence, but as you can see, it was kind of easy to beat the opponent. And what you will not notice is how durable. Well, what you would notice, but we would easily miss, is how durable the team is. You will probably be focusing more on the damage. Or I like to combine these two together, although we won't be able to use it because we'll be doing the C2, unfortunately. So I think what's happening is with the switch, maybe it sort of interferes with the whatever. So we're going to find out something. Maybe when you switch, you don't want to go right ahead and use the super combo in the first round, but then the second round I can go right ahead and do that. So for that, I'm going to put him there again. This is some of the more recent characters who kind of make a lot of sense, but of course we want one tank in our mix as well. So I'm going to go right ahead and just do this. All right, so let's go and let's see how this works out this time. I probably should have used fire in the rare slot, I know in the tag slot, but it's all good. Excuse me. Let's go. So I'm going to avoid doing that this time around, and I'm going to use someone else's move and this. And now let's see if in the second attempt we actually go right ahead and it doesn't skip the super combo. So now we're going to do it again. That's what just happened. Okay, so we kind of lost on that. Let's continue. Let's assume this is like what we've got, right? We don't have to stick with. Let's go. I think we're back to the first turn again. So this time around, of course, we're going to have an opportunity. But as you can see, we're still winning the game. Doesn't even look like as if we're losing. This time I should be able to unleash his combo, and then we can now add some flame to it, and cool. But we're going to try and do that. Like I said before, I want to see if the first instance we actually do the first move, you don't have the opportunity to have your C3 run, because it is important to know that if that is going to be the case, then you want to be timing that. And if you can't time that, then you're probably missing. For example, if you pair with an Evil Ryu or someone who is a trigger for with a C3, you kind of miss out on that part of the move itself. So let's see, just put some more recent guys, and of course some OGs that are very reliable. So first of all, I am not going to use his C2. Okay, so safe to say that I might want to use someone like okay, so we're going to go him, we're going to meditate, we're going to use him, and then we're going to do this. So you can see the combo went through. So we're going to try again right now and see if the combo doesn't get affected. It does the stuff really, and then yeah. So the first time around, you want to make sure that you're not wasting the super combo, because he's not going to do anything. So let's assume we go with this route again. Oh, actually, I just didn't connect with it, but the buff, like the fact that we're ripping through this opposition just lets you know that this is going to be the new major assist. When I'm in the assist player, the likes of like Achan, the likes of who else is coming to mind right now? Street Poison, and What a minute. We already went through Ivory and didn't even notice that. That is how crazy this is. Yeah. All right. So, what I'm just trying to say here is this very simple stuff. You know, I'm going to put my boy Madry in there regardless. All right. Let's just go right ahead and put this guy here too. I think we can mix it up. Yeah, we can mix it up. What I mean mix it up is that I'm going to show you guys again what I'm talking about. Okay, the first time around we're going to trigger because he's going to be in the heavily mode. All right, first I'm going to go right ahead and trigger it. What is going to happen is that you can't actually run your C3. Okay, so we got a shield, run this. It didn't go through. It didn't go through. For some reason, it's not going through. I don't know why it was happening. Like I'm clicking on it and it's giving me the impression that it's almost like it's still dealing with his. But now we can use that. We can use his C. You can see when you see that Mantis hand, you know it's already time to unleash that stuff. You can see our team is so much stronger for some reason. Man, this is amazing. So we're gonna go right ahead again. I'm gonna make sure that I click on that move. It didn't let me click on it for some reason. I have no reason. I have no understanding why. Is it because you're switching all of a sudden, whatever move you're trying to do becomes like obsolete, like not actually it? Now this is Mantis hand right now, and you can go right ahead and do that. So I'm going to try something else instead. I'm not going to start with his super combo. I'm going to start with something else. Somebody's bringing up some. Okay, that's Aiden. So we're going to do this right now. So now I'm going to use him. So as you can see, because I did not start with a super combo, somehow I'm able to use that, right? But now I'm going to try and start with super combo again. This guy, this is kind of like, tank versus tank kind of stuff. This is crazy. And I'm surprised that regular Aiden is actually doing a good job. But I was doing a lot of experiments in this particular round. So forgive me for not being able to beat this round the way I should. We're going to go right ahead and try our regular experiment, like our regular move set, like we typically do. As you can see here, one thing we're not worried about is actually losing. We're only more worried about how long it's going to take, and typically it wouldn't, just because they had a very, very amazing tank in regular Able. Of course, suitable to the MVP when it comes to regular tanks, notwithstanding the likes of Goken, right? But let's go right ahead and let's just select someone like her, and let's put my boy Mad Ryu again. Swap positions. Alright, so let's get to it now, and we're going to try and be very, very thorough with the way we're actually executing our move. So quickly, you can see I did that this time around. The last move did not go through. Your C3 is just going to be non-existent. So we're not going to do that again because for some reason it's neither attacking nor actually giving you the permission to actually do, like, the last C3. So now we're back to being able, we're going to be switching to regular, right? To, I think this is heavenly. Yeah, it's heavenly. Once we're in heavenly, you probably want to use someone else, like maybe Mad Ryu or whoever you're using in Tesla, but you want to use Taoist Gen. On second attempt, we can then go right ahead and use Taoist Gen. Once you see that Mantis hand there, you can see we know that Abel is a good tank, but we are ripping through the opposition. They have actually gone through one of ours, but that's okay. I've gone ahead to use that because I need to make sure that it doesn't get wasted. And now we can now use this full stuff. We're going to see Mantis hand. Alright. This is really, really a tough battle though, like in that we're not actually getting through. But the truth of the matter is that we are dominating with a tank, so we're going to try and go about it the right way. And we're not going to be using Gen as the focal starter, but we're going to make sure that we use this C1 and see how that works, because that's probably what we're going to need in this case right now. Let's go here, put this. You're going to go with the same lineup again, except this time Madrid is actually on the outside because we need to use a proper, here we go. Use Able there. Use that. Actually, I was going to use Street Poison, but that's not a problem. So you can see, because we are not using the super combo like we were before, We are missing out on that speed that we had before, and now we're kind of like stuck in a way. We should not use Gen because we no longer have that C2 opportunity. So we're gonna go right ahead, use Gen this time around, and let's see if Madri can do. Oh, it's gone. So we're gonna actually consider this a loss. No worries and no problem there. But it looks like the team with Aiden is actually giving us a lot of problems. Abel rather is giving a lot of problems. So we're gonna go right ahead. I'm gonna try again. We're gonna try and initiate some speed first of all. Let's get some speed going. All right, we need that speed. Let's build some speed. Let's build some speed, and eventually we're gonna use regular moves. Come on. Whoa! The shoe just came up right on time and just stopped from executing evil. Let's go again. Come on, good job. Alright, that is the real threat there right now. Though these guys are protected for some reason. Let's go. Yep. Now we're getting regular stuff. There we go. So now this should be pretty much a formality in terms of victory for our team. So like I mentioned before, I didn't have to worry about losing, just more or less about make sure that we have an effective way of actually being and defeating. The only time you might actually find yourself losing is if you don't predominantly use Taoist Gen. You know, for example, not using the super combo, rather you're just using the C2 or the C3, then there's a stronger chance that you probably lose that battle. I'm not saying you can't lose at all, but the chances are a lot slimmer if you're dominating with his move set. So we're going to go right ahead and use, you know, not a proper tank, but just someone that can actually get the job done. And let's see over here. Let's get some extra firepower. And we're almost done with the test here, but so far I've been mighty impressed with the character. I think he is the next best thing when it comes to... Oh, we got Mantis from the onset. That is a surprise. I saw the Mantis hand and I was like, surprised. I had to click on it. So I guess we're not going to have Mantis come around, eh? Oh, there's another Mantis hand again. Why are we getting Mantis hand like twice in a row? Was the first one a glitch? We're about to find out. Let's go. Yep, no more Mantis hand. I don't know what happened the first time around. We got Mantis hand, and that's why I actually used the C2. Come on, B Zangief, you're stepping on him. Keep stepping on him. Okay, we should have the Mantis hand, fingers now, or whatever you want to call it. Look at me, I was just turning the fingers. I almost forgot to click on the C3 for Viper. Let's just Viper, just wrap it up here. You have to understand this, guys. This guy's a support, and he's literally MVP in this thing. When I mean MVP, I don't mean like he's the one that has them, but you can tell that he has influence in the team itself. And you know, we just have to give it to him that this is definitely, if he was a special character, someone you had to use your special card for, you would still find him worthy of getting it. Much more where he's just, you know, of course he's not like, you know, wind or whatever, which would have been, oh, you know what, if it was wind or whatever, then this could probably be the first card that would actually would have tried to pull using choice recruit. But well, of course I did do it with Madri, but that was a long time ago when there was hardly any other options back then, and Madri was kind of like MVP, taking me through the stages. Okay, and then I was sleeping on C Viper at the time. Speaking of which, a lot of people slept on C Viper during that period there, but let's get to it. Excuse me there. It's almost, what, 4 a.m. right now? If not 4 already. I just want to make sure I got this video out of the way. Yeah, actually past 4. Yeah, alright, let's go. This should be the last round. I think we should win this easily. I can't see any threat, no major tanks in the opposition. No finger, so we're going to use something else. But don't forget that you actually do get something if you use it, even if you're not getting your C3. So you don't have to always dodge it. It's just that if you don't want to let it waste, then oh wow, some of my bookies are already running riot. Oh, look at that. His C3 Mantis Mose is nasty. I know I just had this funny cough. Look at this happening still. I definitely have to look closer at the kit. What makes that Mantis stuff continue to stay? Because that's how we're able to dominate. Is it that if you lose somebody, all of a sudden just kind of dominates and stuff like that? But look at him, MVP, guys. Guys, this is a support character who is doing so much damage and carnage. He is now officially my favorite You know what? Let's not jump to conclusions yet. Okay, let's not jump. And I want to mean favorite. I'm not talking about. I'm not including special character. I'm just talking about Master slash Inferno. Okay, let's go back to the list of Master and Inferno characters. I'll get this one later because I typically like to read the story. We're about to wrap it up here. It's definitely better than regular gen. Let's just get that out of the way right now. And H-On, oh yeah, I love H-On, but I'm picking over H-On. I'm not even going to think about trending Kami. That's not even an option. Rosa's nice, but no, not this guy level. And of course, this just characters that don't count. Dalsim was amazing. You know, it's been a minute since I've used him. I just finally got him today, or yesterday rather. That's how you can see the alert there. I had to purchase from the, what's the rose definition? What is the rose, store event as well? Destiny Tarot. Yeah, I'd get that from there. But otherwise, maybe somebody bookie is one person that as a regular, I would say she is definitely right up there with him, but just slightly below him because of how much influence she does bring. You know what? She brings her own in that she is just a reaper, but as you can see, when we faced her, we did get some of our characters defeated, but we still kind of won and won quite easily as well. On the Inferno side, Bison is definitely still the way Bison was made. These guys thought carefully, and they kind of made him, like he definitely withstands time in terms of usefulness in the later stages of the game. He's always and will probably forever be useful. I don't think they're going to give anyone else. He's kind of like Kit. Probably going to be his remixed version is what it's going to be. His trending version is going to eventually become the real major one that everyone's going to want to go for. I can see how that would be OP, But otherwise, looking at the other Inferno characters that are not special characters, you know what? Even Inferno don't stand a chance. Honestly, he's officially my favorite non-special character in the game. Yeah, like in terms of, like his kit, I love it. I love it. And like the reason why I love it is because I can see the potential it adds to any team lineup that you have out there. He's definitely compatible with everyone in the lineup that you have there. The one thing like I said, that you would barely notice how he keeps your team durable the longer you kind of like use him, right? But otherwise, it is really like a superb character for sure from my end. And I would say that if you guys are trying to rush through divination to get him, he's absolutely going to be worth it. That is going to be it from me, guys. I appreciate your time here. It's pretty much late. I have to go to bed now. I'm going to be uploading this as soon as possible. You might not see any fronts, but you probably see the fronts tomorrow once I'm up. I'm gonna do that and put all that out there. For now, just need the video out there so you guys can watch it and enjoy it. But otherwise, it's been your boy Shin Ryu. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your time here, and I appreciate your presence as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.